Hello and happy Friday. I am jumping on to answer some more questions for Coaching with Sarah. So this question comes from Kayla, and she wants to know tips for protecting your energy around the holidays. First of all, who can resonate with this? Who knows what it feels like to feel like maybe the exposed empath, the sensitive person, the person without the armor when they step into the room where you feel like, oh my gosh, the energy of this space or the holidays or family or whatever it is so overwhelming. If you feel that way, I want to give you a few tips to protect your energy this holiday season, and hopefully you can take these and use them throughout the entire year, because it's not just the holidays, right? I think it can be challenging for empaths, people who feel what other people are feeling so intensely, to really create these strong boundaries every single day of their life. So the first thing I want to suggest is to actually schedule in some self-care. The holidays gets kind of crazy, right? Like you're going to different people's houses, or you're making sure you have gifts for everybody, or you're just feeling the energy of everybody else doing all those things. And I want you to schedule in your self-care so that you don't end up putting it on your to-do list and then never crossing it off. Because who's been there before where you write down your to-do list? I mean, I write to-do lists like every single day, but I used to always leave, maybe it was just painting my nails or something, and I would leave that to the very last thing because I'm like, oh, well, I don't need to do that. That's just self-care. It just makes me feel good. And then that thing never got crossed off the list. So instead of, and this is a way to prevent that from happening, instead of just putting that on your to-do list as something you want to do, schedule in the self-care before we get into the hustle of the holiday season. So say you have a work event and a work party on a Friday in December, schedule yourself a massage for Saturday, or make sure you have no plans for Saturday so that you can just tune into yourself after a big event like that, or a party where, your energy may have been really stimulated by all those people. Okay? So, this crazy hair. Schedule in your self-care. Also, give yourself breaks. So, when I look forward to the holidays and am planning ahead for the holidays, one thing I do is make sure that I'm not doing something 5 days in a row. Like, I need a night off, and that's it goes along with scheduling in your self-care, but also just allowing yourself to have breaks. So you can plan ahead a little bit for that. And then notice in your body, in your soul, when are you feeling like you are getting to the edge of burnout? Let's try not to get that close to the edge of burnout and take a break before then. So definitely take breaks as you need, and don't feel guilty about them. You don't have to feel guilty about them. When you take breaks, you can show up in this beautiful, sacred way in the world. No one wants to be around anyone else's energy who's burnt out. If you're completely burnt out, that's not good for the people around you in your life either, whether it's at work or your family, friends, etc. It's also okay to say no, okay? I know we have a lot of recovering people pleasers in the group. Maybe you're not recovering yet. And it is okay to say no. Even if you're a people pleaser, it is okay to say no. It does not mean that you are a mean person or a bad person. Give yourself sacred permission to say no, because you don't want to do something. And so often I used to say yes to everything because I thought I had to, should do all of these things. Like I was obligated by some imaginary law. That law doesn't exist. I was making it up in my head. It was a limiting belief that I had to say yes, or people wouldn't like me, or blah, blah, blah. Make all these excuses. So it's okay to say no. Know that you can always stand your ground, your boundaries there as well. And then one of my favorite tools, physical tools, when I am feeling like I need to implement stronger boundaries or just to protect my energy from other people's intense energy, is to use essential oils. So I pulled a blend out of this book. Let's see. Here's the cover. I Am Fabulous. This is a beautiful book of blends for your emotional well-being. And this is a blend you can make in a 10 milliliter roller ball, okay? And the recipe here is actually for a 5 ml roller bottle, but typically they come in a 10 ml size, so I'm just going to share with you a doubled recipe so that you can put it into 10 ml with fractionated coconut oil. And the oils in this blend are, they're listed right here. I can post them later, but I'm going to say them out loud first. 16 drops of clove. So that'd be for the 10 ml recipe. And clove is an empowering blend that encourages you to stand up for yourself. Like, that's part of that saying no, standing up for yourself. You have the power to take charge of your life. 24 drops of melaleuca, which is also known as tea tree oil. This is the oil of energetic boundaries. It allows for healthy relationships to enter your space, but keeps out the dysfunctional relationships. 10 drops of marjoram. Marjoram helps you open your heart and be vulnerable with the people who you genuinely love and who support you. Protect your heart against anyone who might be trying to take advantage of you. 6 drops of cedarwood. I love cedarwood. Cedarwood provides comfort to your soul so that you feel safe and protected. Like Kayla asked, how do you protect your energy during the holidays? We want that safety. We want that feeling of comfort in our energy body. 4 drops of cinnamon. Cinnamon helps dispel fear and helps you feel powerful. When we're in our power, it feels so much more easy and like flowy to protect our energy. When we're not in our power, that's when those energetic boundaries get a little iffy. Lime, 2 drops of lime. Lime helps circulate the blend throughout the body. And in Chinese medicine, we often use certain herbs to spread the blend to all organs and meridians. So lime is going to be like the conductor of all these oils together so that when you're applying it, and I would apply it probably to your heart, especially as an empath, that's a good place to kind of put up this energetic shield to protect your energy. Apply that to your heart and know that lime is then sending it to all the cells in your entire body, entire being. So those are a few tips for you, Kayla, and anyone else listening to protect your energy around the holidays. There are tons of things you guys can do. If anyone else has recommendations that they love to use in their own life, I'm sure you guys have other ideas. Post them below so that we can crowdsource from each other and get lots of good insight and tips and learn from each other. All right, I'm going to hop right back on for another video, but I hope this is helpful, Kayla.